Greetings. Hi, everyone. I am super excited to bring you another amazing person in film and movies who comes to us all the way from Ethiopia. I'm hoping the connection will hold, but I'm very excited. This is part of the series that leads up to the first ever Abibitumi, Abibifahodie Black Power Film Festival that's happening November 28th through the 30th. We're spending the week meeting all of these amazing people who are just transforming the film and movie industry around the world because everyone is kind of converging either in person in Ghana or at the virtual conference online this weekend. And today we have another amazing special guest, again, joining us from all the way from Ethiopia. And I'm just really, really excited. His story. Oh, okay, yay, you're on video. You just have done so many amazing things, and I'm just discovering you, and I'm just taking all these deep dives into the work that you're doing. But I want to welcome Abraham Haile to the show. And yeah, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Matakin. Greetings from Addis Ababa,
Oh,
from the
wonderful.
capital city of Africa.
I've got to get there. You have no idea how much I love Ethiopian food. I actually
Oh,
used to make Ethiopian food myself. I lived in Washington, D.C., and they used to say that
ah,
Washington, D.C. was like almost like another capital.
yeah. Yeah,
So
there are a lot of Ethiopians there.
there are a lot of Ethiopians. There's Ethiopian
Uh,
restaurants on every other corner in DC and Silver Spring. And I have had enough Monsieur Watts to probably feed a
oh,
small
yeah,
army.
yeah, yeah. You
So,
know that's one of our. I mean, that's advantage also, but that's the sadness that our people from our continent living to live in other continents. And that is a lot of knowledge and a lot of power going to another continents like the US or Europe. And that's a little bit pity, but you had a good experience, so it's good. You are back home. That's very important.
yes, yes, I'm
Mm.
so we're both coming from the continent to do this interview together. So yes, I'm in Accra right now. So I think you guys are 3 hours ahead of Accra, and Accra is five
Yes.
hours ahead of the East Coast in the U.S. So lots of time zones are gonna be able to see this. But yeah, so I I you've done so many amazing things. I wanted to even share my screen here just to show the beautiful thing about this film festival is that people are really gonna be able to understand just how powerful some of the works that are being done are. And so for you to take your breadth of experience and knowledge, you've created so many powerful movies, and you've gotten all this recognition in addition to some of the more humanitarian things. I'm just super excited. I am super excited for this conversation.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a
All
pleasure
right.
to see you too.
So with that, I wanted to start actually in a different direction because everybody knows like you're this huge movie creator. You're on all of these organizations and everything. Was it your lifelong dream to be in film? I think you may have started on another path, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No, it came later. For me was or the dream at that time uh, to be or to contribute something to the community, to our community. So I was hoping to study medicine because at that time Ethiopia had a tough time with the hunger and a lot of issues. So I thought I need to support my people. So I want to study medicine and become a doctor. That was the idea. But later, when I went to the Netherlands, uh, I saw how people think about Africa and about Ethiopia, So I said, no, 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 wait, because I need to let them know uh, it's not as they think who we are. So the easiest way to do it is to make a theater. It will be too expensive to travel with all actors, etc., decor. But cinema, if you shoot it once, then you can travel with your material to anywhere and show it. So that's how I involved in cinema and starting to think, okay, I need to study cinema and show. And then also to get all the information what's going on in Europe or in other continents and come back with knowledge to show to our people, to my people in Ethiopia or Africa, how they are advanced, how they do things, and uh, why we are a little bit later than Europeans. So that is for me the start of cinema.
Wow. So from doctor to
Yeah.
just amazing filmmaker. I think you made the
Yeah.
right choice. I think you made the right choice.
Yeah. Even though I did an exam, I passed the exam to follow the medical school, but later I said, no, 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 I will go back because, at that time, when it took me a while to study the language, etc., then in Ethiopia things become better. So I thought, okay, now is maybe the time to change to cinema.
Wow. Okay. All right. So just your career is just really fascinating. You've made so many movies that have impacted so many people. Um, I know everyone says they don't have a favorite, but for people who are just discovering you, who are going down this amazing experience to watch some of your pieces, where would you tell someone maybe one or two to start with?
Well, for me, I could stay in Europe because I was lucky because I studied in the Netherlands Film and Television Academy in the capital city of the Netherlands. So I had a good education in cinema, really cinema. When I'm talking about cinema, is 16 millimeters, super 16, and 35 millimeter. It's like huge. I'm the lucky one, even though at that time there are not much African cinematographers. So I am very lucky to be in that at that level. So with that, uh, I was hoping to be back to my continent and to make or to show my culture or our culture. How our community is, how to express my culture. That it is not as people think that we don't have culture or we live in bush or that kind of things. No, we know, and our grandfathers, they know and they knew everything what's going on. So in that sense, I feel powerful and I want to show what our continent have. In that sense, I thought, okay, we have a lot of writers, storytellers. So how can I support our story? The difficult thing is when you see that technically what we don't have, like lighting, camera, color, exposure, composition, all these kind of things, we don't have here. So I thought I need to learn cinematography to understand how to tell a story, but a story not as a storytelling, but with pictures. So in that sense, I was really looking that I can learn what we don't have in Africa. I mean, I don't know, maybe 1,000 years ago there was making a movie in Africa. I don't know, but at that time I said, okay, we don't have this, so I need to learn that, and that was the power that I have, that I can say, I want to go back to my continent and to make what I love, my stories, my culture,
Right.
what we have here, all. So that was how I started actually, and I
Okay.
became thanks to God, it was not easy because there is a lot of competition in Europe. But thanks to
Really?
God, I became one of.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, it strikes me that usually when you hear people talking about getting into, movie production, you hear people say, "Oh, I want to be an actor or a writer or a director." You don't hear a lot of talk about cinematography. But when you think about it, it doesn't matter how great the story is or how great the actors are sometimes, because how it's visually displayed, and how it's captured plays such a huge part in how we consume, films and movies. So, can you talk just briefly about what your experience has been being one of the few in cinematography, in terms of the way that it shaped any of the stories that you've told?
yeah, a lot of people think that the camera will do the job. Of course, the camera will do the job, but the camera is doing what you are telling. Normally, you tell the camera what to do, not the camera is telling you, and you put it in. Because now in these days, it's very easy because this digital uh, area is helping a lot, of course, because there are a lot of Japanese engineer in the camera, like 10, 20 engineers in the camera that are helping you with color, light, whatever. But it is very important that you put from you what to tell the camera. So you are the director of the camera. A lot of young people or people who are making movies, they don't see that. They are just thinking, okay, here the light is there, the camera is powerful, it gives you a picture. But the important thing is that you control. Like I said it, you need to know about lens, you need to know about color, you need to know also about lighting, and you need to know about composition and the camera angle. All these things the camera couldn't think about it. So you think for the camera and you put, then you, as you said it, you can tell story, in pictures. That's very important.
Yeah, I have a friend who's a cinematographer, and he said, a lot of people assume that anybody, if you have a fancy camera, that's why you're able to do it. And I was saying, if you've ever taken a group photo and just handed your camera to someone random and seen that
Yeah.
the photo comes out with half the people's eyes closed and the color is weird and it's tilted the
Yeah.
wrong way, even with the best camera in the world, the picture doesn't come out right. I'm like, that's just one frame, right?
Mhm,
So imagine
mhm.
you're filming moving frames, moving pictures, all different kinds of lighting and everything. It's not easy. It's not easy. I
It's not
understand.
easy. It's not
So
easy. It's not
yeah,
easy.
I was going to ask, when I was asking about how you get started, I also wanted to know, for someone who's excited to to learn about some of your work, what's one or two of the movies that you've made that you would say start with these and then explore others? Do you have two that you recommend for all the new people who are like, oh, I want to watch something he's made?
Okay. Yeah, I made things also in Europe, but for me is as my culture and my story is Abuna, what I made with Mohammed Salah Haroun. He's a Chadian director and writer. Uh, Also, The Color de Deux with Drissa Odrago from Burkina Faso. I made a movie also. And the thing is, when you make your own story, it's different than when you make just for business. When I was in Europe, just I do my job because I need to survive too. But when I came back and working with these big directors, with Abdurrahman Sissako from Mali in Mauritania, or Sheikh Omar Sissako from Mali, the former culture and tourism minister. Uh, these stories give me a lot of energy. So when I work with that, I do with love. Like for example, when I got an award at FESPACO in Burkina Faso, Sheikh Omar Sissako, the former ex Minister of Culture, Tourism and Art, he gave me an award, and he said it. What I never forget. He said, for the first time, that African movie made by heart. It is not like a business, like people or cinematographers from France or from Germany or from Swiss. They came from Germany, but that they do just like a business for them. But when I make this kind of movie in my continent, I love it and I want to do it, and I want to tell my story with these big directors. So that's for me, like Abuna, Darat, uh, Le Color de Deux, and I made also some other movies. That's my what I like, and that if young people want to see it, that will be very nice. Still, these movies made, some of them, it's like 15, 18, 20 years ago. Still, in Europe, they use it for research and that kind of things. So still it works. So that's good.
Wow. So I'm sharing the screen so people can see the cover of Abuna. And what is Abuna about for those who are new to it?
The Abuna, it's about two brothers who are losing their father. The father is had very difficult. He's living in Chad, and he couldn't support his family. What we see in our continent, also in the future. So it is a message that our politicians, our people, need to help their own people. Our people, like we said it before, they're going to another continent, like we said in Washington or somewhere else. The same young people, our powerful young talents are leaving. So these two brothers, they are looking for their father because their father want to go to Europe and he's stuck in Morocco. So they are looking for their father because he said that he will come in the weekend to see a football game and he disappeared. So they are looking for their father. So we learn through them where the father is and how difficult life is. That's what we saw.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
All right. So you might be able to, for those who are very, very excited and they want to start seeing films before this weekend, they can start with Abuna and some of your other films. But
Yes.
weekend, you are joining us all the way from Ethiopia as one of the celebrity judges in the Abibitumi Abibifahodie Black Power Film Festival. So
Yes.
that is super exciting. Uh, at this, let's see if we can share that on the screen. Yes, so we have the Abibitumi Abibifahodie Film Festival. This is unique. I used to go to a lot of film festivals, and this one, it really strikes me because it's online and in person. And it's one of the first that I've seen this way where uh, uh, people in Ghana can gather, and then people from all over the world can gather and watch these films and watch what aspiring filmmakers are doing in this industry. So I know there's that. I think we said there are 700 submissions. It was
Wow.
it was brought down to 100. Uh, I guess finalists to be entered into the festival, and then now I think it's between like 15 and 20 films that made the cut to be part of this film festival. And now you're coming on as one of the jurors who's going to be judging these films. So I got to interview Sally Kim, who's one of the judges. I just met with Amake Abrivase. She's just a fascinating, multi-talented actress, filmmaker, so many things. And then we have Ajete Anang, who's just one of the foremost actors in Ghana right now. And we have you joining us all the way from Ethiopia. So it's definitely a star-studded jury. Can you talk a little bit about just why you are, your thoughts on the whole festival and what you're hoping to get from participating?
Yeah. Now, first of all, I want to say thank you very much because this is a chance. And second of all, it's a second point, it is, of course, a jury, but it's learning each other, that we can learn from each other to be together and that things can become reality because a lot of young talents, they want to make something, but they need support. So I hope this festival will give more support to the young talent. And it's not only film festival. The film festival is perfect. It's not easy to make a film festival. So I want to congratulate all who are involved in this film festival and to make it happen because it is very important that we have our own film festival, big film festival in Africa. And I hope this film festival will grow. And then not only film festival and also can give like for young talents a workshop or a master class, with directing, camera, sound engineering, editing, that kind of thing. So I'm excited to be part of it. It's not as a jury, but as family or brothers, Africans coming together. And that's very important that we started in the following generation. Can you imagine what it will be this film festival after 20 years, 25 years? Then we don't need to go to somewhere else. No, we will have like Fespaco or Carthage or in Africa, we don't have much after that. In South Africa, we have one, but the others are small. So we need more big film festivals. And as a beginner, I hope this film festival will be the future of Africa.
Absolutely. I mean, if 700 filmmakers heard, so if we really think about what happened, they put a call out to submit films to a festival that has the theme "What Black Power Is," right? So they said, okay, we're having a film festival. The theme is "What Black Power Is," and that means that of the people who heard about it, 700 of them said, I've already created content about what Black Power is, or I want to go out and create content and submit it because this is important. And
Yes.
from that, 100 of them, I think they didn't know they were going to get this many films. And 100 of them, they said, okay, we've got to pick from this 100. And now we're left with between 15 and 20 out of 700 plus. That is phenomenal. Like I was saying earlier, I used to love movies. I used to love watching films, and it changed so much. I haven't found as many that excite me because maybe I think like a lot of people, we didn't know where to look. And so I'm so grateful to you, discovering your films, discovering the up and coming directors, producers, actors, cinematographers who put these films together is so amazing. So I know you're joining from Ethiopia, but do you plan to dress up? I know you won't be on the red, black, and green carpet, but do you have have you chosen any fashion statements for the occasion?
Yeah, sure. But very important in the Black Power, it is for our community to build our community and our culture also to express our culture. In that sense, that we are taking our power by ourselves. So that's very important. And again, just to say that this young talent who organize this film festival, they are our black power. So just I want to say to them, thank you very much for their organizing this film festival.
Yeah, just before we wrap up, if you could speak a little bit more to that, because we have Onawara, who is this amazing, powerful director, producer, actor himself, and then
Mhm.
and also teacher. And then we also have Obemfo, who's this amazing, brilliant scholar and champion for Black liberation, Black power, Abibitumi, Abibifahodie, and and I guess speak to the fact that these two brothers came together and put this together. Just talk a little bit about that.
We were in some uh, with Onwar in different film festivals, and he was always dreaming to do his own film festival in West Africa. Much later, it will be bigger. So, for me to see this, because we know each other now, I think for more than 8, 9, 10 years. So that was a dream of him that to when he was living in London to go back to his continent. The same with me. I want to come back to my continent. To maybe it's not big what we are doing, but a little bit helps. A little bit helps. So I'm glad that he came back home. It's not easy to come from London and to do things because we have also difficulties. We know bureaucracy and this and that. So to go through and break down and to think to make a little bit brightness for young talent. For me, that's a huge. We don't see it now, but it will come later. So they are doing a lot, and in this sense, it's not only a festival. It is that brothers and sisters coming together, making a plan to make a movie, how to make their community stronger and build much stronger than it before. That our culture, to express our culture, to tell to our young generation how it was, what our grandfathers did. It's actually it's a big kind of, you can say it, cinema university. It will be huge. So of course we need to support with what all we have, even the government. But now we don't see they don't see it now. Our politicians, they are a little bit slow with that kind of thing. But it's a powerful to invest in this kind of film festivals that will profit. The country will profit, the people will profit, and at the end, the message will come out. And that makes the young generation more stronger, that they know what, because our problem is still now, we don't know. We don't have our history on picture or on movie. So our young generations are looking to another continents because they are more stronger with image than us. So we can cover that. It's not now. We couldn't say it's not possible. It is possible, and one of example is this festival. So to support this festival, it will help our continent, not only Ghana, but it will help Africa.
Wow, that's powerful. And
Thank you.
so I guess my last question would be, um, in addition to it, like supporting Africa, uh, just looking at the trailers, it looks fun. And I know so many people are like, oh, I'm always doing things to help other people or support big causes. But can you just speak to the fact that, like, the fact that we're helping ourselves, but that it's fun and it's entertaining and all these things, especially for young people who are always looking for, things that stimulate them. Can you talk just in closing? Actually, I have one more question after this, but could you just talk a little bit about, why this is exciting? Beyond like the goodwill part of it, just why is this exciting?
Well, exciting in the sense it's entertainment and education at the same time. You entertain people and you educate people also. That's very exciting because as a filmmaker, you are one of the powerful to teach and to entertain people. So, can you imagine when you are working for a government institution? People are most of the time of the almost the whole day they are unhappy. When you look them, they are not satisfied because they are not doing what they are actually uh, talented in or to do what they are willing to do. But it is a privilege to be a filmmaker. When I'm doing a movie or when I'm traveling, people say, "Oh, you are going for work." I say, "No, no, I'm traveling. I'm enjoying. I'm working in that sense, but I'm very happy because I'm doing my hobby actually and paid in that sense. So, and teaching people, yeah, as we say, it's entertainment and educational. So, our my power is more in the educational side that I want to tell when I want to make a movie. I want to tell something, or I want to be the best in that sense when I'm saying something in very nice way that people can say, wait, I love it, I understand it, I want to do this, I don't want to do this anymore. When we are talking about corruption in Africa, we need to stop that. And one of the powerful thing to tell is cinema. Through cinema we can break it what we have hard time to develop ourselves, to change things in Africa. In that sense, young talent need to understand and to learn cinema. And I am so excited because this is the sense one of to change that. This festival is very important. These kind of festivals are very. And next time, I hope it will be not only online like this, but I will be available to come in to give a master class or a workshop, whatever. And it's not that the festival, because the festival must grow. I will come for free to teach my people and to teach young talent. And this platform, this festival will make that happen. And I'm so excited.
I am super excited, and you have to promise me when you
I
come,
will.
I want to sit in on the master class, and you have to bring some Ethiopian food for me.
No problem at all. Tell me what you want, I'll bring it.
Monsieur Wat, Gomen
I'll
Wat,
bring it.
Kikalicha, any, all of
Uh,
it, all of it.
okay, okay. I promise. I promise. I will.
So, my last question is, this film festival is part of, or it's the first activity that is connected to the Door Initiative. And so the Door Initiative is actually a culmination of a couple of years of activities where over the next 10 years, we had the Year of Return in Ghana, and the Year of Return kind of has distilled itself to a Deti December, where people come and they party and they leave. And the Door Initiative is looking at what if people don't just come and party and leave? What if people from all over the diaspora, Ghanaians in the diaspora, and also historic diasporans and those in Kenya and Ethiopia and all of these places where we find ourselves, what if we come back to Ghana and Africa, and we don't just party and leave, but we come and stay and build together. So the Door Initiative is launching in 2026. It's been endorsed by the Office of the President and so many of the ministries and things here. And there are projects and activities where we're building a better Ghana through entertainment, through jobs, through education and resources and all of these things, through transforming the real estate industry. And this is the first door activity, or first thing that falls under door in terms of it being looking at how we improve Ghana through entertainment. So, this concept, it's a decade, 10 years, a decade of our repatriation is what DOOR stands for. Can you just briefly in closing talk about what power you think film can have on something like this, where like I said, with other things, if the loudest voices just talk about, oh, it's just about partying, then they're the ones who set the narrative. But if this narrative is about how do we come and build together, continental Africans and historic diasporans, what do you think that the film festival being the first activity symbolizes in terms of kicking this off, and its power in terms of opening that door for everyone?
Yeah, as you said, better Ghana and better Africa. If Ghana feel better, Africa will feel better also. So for the diaspora, a lot of diaspora they are almost lost because they are living for a long time in other continents. So we need to tell them that Africa need them, because our brothers and sisters they live outside of our continent, and then when we tell them with, you can say, documentary or future film, it doesn't matter. If they see what we are trying to do, they are willing to support. It is not because they are even willing, but it's inside. Even though we are living in other continents, we don't forget our continent. We are always connected. So there is something what they need when they see that we are trying to do something, that we are trying to make Ghana better or Africa better. They will come and support. So we need to shoot and to make movies and to screen it in other continents also. Because I said it before, with cinema can travel to anywhere. And then when they see it in positive way, as we think, and we tell our story by ourselves, not another people coming from other continent telling our stories. No, we tell our continents and we understand with our brothers and sisters. They will get what we are trying to do and they are willing to come and support. So cinema in that sense, we need to make movies that we can show everywhere that people will say, this is my home. I want to go back. And you will see 20, 25, 30 years, things will change because they will come back to their own continent. Because things are changing. If you see in different continents, which was like 50, 40, 50, 60 years ago, it looks like a heaven. But now they are changing to the hell. So they need to come back to their own continent to be respected, to be powerful, and to will help their own people.
So with that, I guess, would you say that that the door to a better Africa is opening?
Yes, it will open. And Ghana will start it and will follow. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
No, when things happen in Ghana, also in other countries will follow. So they will understand how how our story important is. That, like you said, it looks like fun, etc. But later it will be serious. In the beginning, it looks like fun, but later it will be powerful, and that people will come together to build their own country. That means if Ghana is built, That we take that means is Africa is building. Ethiopia is building. We learn from each other. That's why the African Union was started. It started, by the way, with my grandfather from Ethiopia. But you see now African Union, one of the powerful organization. It will come. Even though there are a lot of difficulties from other continents, but African Union is trying to survive. And then after, we will see, it will be powerful. So it will start it small, but will bigger. For us, it doesn't matter now. It will be Ghana, but hopefully next time other countries will follow too. So I will say to Ghanaian people, thank you very much, and hope to see you soon in Africa.
All right.
Thank
Thank you
you,
so much.
thank you, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, everyone. So this has been absolutely or black salutely, as Nana Kwame would say. This has been black salutely fantastic. I thank you so much for joining us. This has really been an honor and a treat. I am excited about what's ahead. As I said, I think the door to a better Ghana, a door to a better Africa, a door to a better lots of things is happening or is opening. And so glad that you're a part of the judges. Can't wait to watch the films, meet everybody. I'm going to be there in person, but I have so many friends and people who are joining online. So, it's just an amazing way for us all to get together from so many places around the world. So I will see you all at the Abibitumi, Abibifahodie Black Power Film Festival. The information is there. So for all of you who are who want the information, I'm sharing it one final time on the screen. Definitely take a screenshot if you haven't already, but also go to filmfestival.abibifahodie.org. Again, that's filmfestival.abibifahodie.org. Watch the trailers, pick your favorites, and just really get ready for an amazing time. Definitely get your festival tickets, download the schedule, make sure you have your tickets. And so many people are going through so many things. Get some tickets for someone you care about. I think so many of us could use an energy boost right now. There's so much going on. And so this film festival is a way to do that, the way to connect people to something exciting. And right after that, we have the Abibitumi virtual conference and Abibitumi conference on the ground in Ghana. This is where, when we talk about all of the positive changes that we want in our own lives, for our family, for our friends, when we look at all the things that are working against us strategically, politically, you can align with people who are actually building Black power in meaningful ways at these conferences. So, it's hard to sometimes get out of the place that society puts you in, where you feel like nothing's ever going to change. There's a reason that people kind of plant that seed in you sometimes, where it's like, nothing's ever going to change. So if you want to experience these kinds of changes, you have to put yourself around the people who are change makers. And the reason this film festival is also so interesting is because you can't wait for other people's media, other people's social media, and other people's content to point you in the direction of the people who are going to free you, change your life, and actually make a difference. So you have to be the one to take that step. Come now to filmfestival.abibifahodie.org/tickets and get your tickets. It's going to be powerful, and this has been just an incredible night. So excited to meet you and can't wait to connect again. So with that, we'll sign off, and we'll see you at the Abibitumi Abibifahodie Film Festival, and then in the following week on the Sankofa Journey and at the Abibitumi Conference. It's been great, and have a great night, everybody.